Hey Life Path 3s, welcome to my channel. This is Lotus Magic. Today I'm bringing you your 2019 forecast, and I'm doing these readings a little different this month. So as you can see, I am doing them based on life path vibrations. That is numerology. If you're not really sure what your life path is, or if you're a life path 3, I do have an example on how to figure out your life path number down in the description. But for those of you that are life path 3s, welcome. And I just wanted to do a reading based on a different aspect, because there's an abundance of numerology readings on YouTube. So I just wanted to do something from a different vibrational perspective. And I really love numerology because, as you know, with astrology, if you're into astrology, you know that our astrological makeup is very complex. We are not just our sun signs, we are actually all 12 signs. However, some signs are just more dominant in our charts than others, depending on the planets and the placements and the houses and everything like that. So when I do like astrological readings, I always tell people that really you should watch all 12 signs, because each sign and its placement in the house pertains to a different aspect of your life. So essentially, there could be more than one reading if you're looking at it from the whole. Outside of your sun, there can be many of the astrological readings that apply to you, depending on how deep you're going into, the reading. So with numerology, it's very practical and simplistic, a little more simplistic than astrology, which is why I like it. And it's very practical. Numbers are everywhere. We are ruled by numbers. Numbers are just very powerful, and I've been able to really work with my energy a lot more. Let me turn this around because it's coming straight to my eyes. A lot more with numerology. And I like to use astrology more so to understand myself a little bit better, whereas numerology kind of helps me understand and manipulate my physical world a little more. So that's just my spiel on numerology. So again, if you don't know your life path number and you're just kind of tuning in, go down to the description, get an example, and you can figure out your life path number. And if you're a 3, I'm going to go ahead and get started with the reading, because I don't want to make these videos too long, because I'm trying to get more videos out this month since I've been on a heavy break. So with that being said, life path 3s, which are birthdays that add up to 24, 33, 15. I'm sorry. I have 6 in my mind because I'm looking at this 6. So they add up to a 3. There's 3. There's 12, 21, 30, 48, so on and so on. You can kind of catch the pattern. So either way, they add up to a 3. Okay, so what I'm feeling for life path 3s, sorry, that smoke in my eye just kind of threw me off. I'm feeling like many life path 3s are entangled in some sort of a love triangle. At least that's what I'm getting for here. So if this doesn't resonate with you, it's just not the message for you. This message is for those that understand what I'm saying. I feel like there's some sort of a love triangle going on, and this year you're really going to have to do the work to heal, to get past this situation, because this love triangle has really put you in a position to where you're feeling really down and almost depressed about it. So this year, this is kind of like a big aspect of your year is dealing with this romantic situation that you're in that's really not making you happy. So I'm going to go ahead and get into it. Your oracle guidance message comes from the angel of healing. And it reads, the angels have felt your sadness and have shown up today to send you healing. So you are being protected and guided by the angels right now and helped a lot in your healing process, because this relationship has you feeling really down right now. Perhaps there's a lot of back and forth. And like I said, with the love triangle, you're dealing with someone who's a dog. And I'm saying that because when I first got this recording going, the dogs just started barking a lot. So some of you are dealing with a real dog and someone who has no regards for your feelings in the situation. And there's a lot of back and forth, and it's kind of like a person who builds you up, breaks you down, builds you up, breaks you down. And a lot of times with these love triangles, because nowadays, where back in the day, a man could have multiple relationships and none of the women knew about each other. But because of social media and everything, women just don't play the game the same anymore. And men don't play the game the same anymore. So whereas back in the day, you would know that there was someone else, but you really don't know anything about it. So it kind of helps preserve your feelings. But I feel like with this situation, even the person you're dealing with, they play the game of building you up. And then when they want to escape you for a second to go to the next person, they probably do something really foul to hurt your feelings. And almost like the man who wants to get out, sneak away, so he starts an argument with his wife, kind of a deal. That's the vibe that I'm getting. So your second message comes from the God of reflection, and it says the quality you see in others are simply your own reflection. So I feel like you're comparing yourself to this other person. If this is just like you, him, three people, you're comparing yourself to the other person that your partner is dealing with. And because of that, it's almost like, what does she have that I don't have? What does he have that I don't have? Kind of deal. Because I don't want to just make this about females, but I'm a woman, so it's easy for me to say she and he. But it's kind of like, what does this person have that I don't have? And the angels are like really saying, it's not that this person has something you don't have. You are just the goodest person as you see in that person. So if you're doing a lot of I'm sad and I see why he doesn't choose me, because she's, more beautiful, she has more money, she, this. Well, you are equally just as beautiful, good, great, or whatever. You just need to see that for yourself. And I know that this relationship sometimes makes you feel like you're not good enough, but that has nothing to do with you. And that's just sometimes people's way of like controlling you and manipulating your perspective on yourself to keep you in a certain mindset and in a certain place for control. And the same thing goes too, like if you're playing the game of trying to see what this person doesn't have that you don't have, it's possible that you don't either, which is why there's a lot of back and forth. So but I don't really feel like it's that. I feel like it's more or less like you're comparing because you feel like there's something about you that's not as good as the other person. The goddess of knowledge, start to apply what you already know and trust your intuition. So I feel like you're doing a lot of back and forth on whether or not you should stay in this situation. And I feel like you might even be dealing with a partner who tries to convince you that they're not dealing with this other person, but your intuition already knows. And instead of spending any time trying to see what's going on, so I feel like there's a lot of like spying a little bit. um, to kind of see what's going on, to get the answers you need. But in your intuition, you already know. And because you already know deep down in your heart, that's why you're so sad, because you know this person's lying, you know this person's cheating, you know this person's not caring for you and loving you the way you're supposed to. So what are you waiting for? Take what you know and apply it, and use that to help you make the decisions on where you need to go with this relationship. I'm not really keen on giving breakup advice. I'm going to tell you what the cards say. It's not me giving you the advice. It's spirit bringing this message. But for many of you, it's like this year you're really having to focus on making that solid decision to walk away. And the thing with that is, when we procrastinate walking away, the the universe will continue to make the situation harder and more hurtful until you do so. So if that's what you've been going through, it's not that the person's getting worse. It's just that the universe is really trying to wake you up and get you to make a decision based on what you already know. You don't need to do any more spying. You don't need to get any more information. You already know what the deal is. And so you just need to trust your intuition. And intuition is heavy in this reading. So it's really just about you trusting your intuition, that gut feeling, and going with that instead of trying to find reasons to prove your gut wrong. And I feel like that's what a lot of you are doing, trying to prove your gut wrong. Well, your gut is 99.99999% of the time right. Okay? Where you need to focus your energy for 2019 is on healing and love partnership. So this is what I'm getting from this. In order to bring in the love partnership that you really, really want this year, you're going to need to do some healing. And you're going to need to do some healing of your third eye. You're going to need to do some healing in your heart chakra and raise your vibrations and do the work. Because if you continue to date or operate your love life from a broken spirit and a broken vibration, you're only going to continue to attract situations, people, and things that are going to continuously break your heart. So in order for you to attract, even if it's not about leaving this relationship, you want to stay, you're still going to need to change your vibrations and raise your vibration and heal to either forgive the person you're with and move on, or to be able to walk away, heal, and prepare yourself for a new relationship. I'm really honestly feeling like it's more leaning towards it's time to move away from the situation and heal and prepare yourself for a love partnership that brings you peace and familial stability. So we have the number 26. 26 is the number of partnerships and peace, and 6 is the number of family responsibility and health. So healing is going to bring you the love partnership that you really, really are seeking deep down inside. Even though you've been settling for this crazy love triangle for some awkward reason, a lot of that is simply coming from not knowing your self-worth. So when you start to heal, put the love back into yourself that you've been giving to this person, you are going to then attract a person who's going to love you the way you love yourself correctly. All right, so your healing insight message, you guys have 4 of them this month. The first one comes from Aquamarine, and it's the Crystal of Hope. And it's saying there is no reason to lose hope in your heart, since well-being is a state of mind. But it's time to release self-defeating programs, listen to your inner guidance, and be objective. Accept what's on offer. Tie up loose ends before moving on, and remain emotionally detached. So you need to emotionally detach yourself from this situation so that you can heal and prepare yourself for a loving partnership. You're deeply intuitive, but you need to assess this realistically. Do not be seduced by vivid imagings, wishful thinking, and spiritual claptrap. Use your imagination to create what is your highest good. If you fall into depression, remember that hope shines in the darkest places. Okay? So it's definitely saying to don't lose hope. Okay? You are very deserving of love. You are definitely on the road to being blessed with a great relationship, as long as you are willing to walk away from what no longer serves you, heal, and prepare yourself for that relationship. It's not going to come. It's not going to come, because some people like to wait until they have somebody else and then leave somebody else. Well, jumping from one relationship into another and you're broken, it's not fair to the person coming into your life, and it's really not going to attract the person you're hoping for, because you're attracting people based on your energy, not the mood that you display that you're in and all that. You're attracting based on your energy, so you're only going to continue to attract people who hurt you, and it gets worse every time. All right, so the second healing insight message comes from the Ajote crystal, and it's saying, put down your burdens, knowing you are a being of light. Resolve conflicts and forgive those who wounded you. Give someone a second chance. Honor your promises. Find the best solution for everyone. What you have been through allows you to appreciate the pain of another's past. Do not absorb their pain. Remain dispassionate. Detach gracefully and move on. So for some of you, through this healing and detachment that you have for a while, may present a situation where you are able to offer this person a second chance based on the fact that you're doing so from a healed perspective. They've done the work. They're a changed person. But for some of you, and for most of you, I feel like it's really time to move on and heal and prepare yourself for what's to come, which is the soulmate crystal. And this crystal is a twin flame crystal. So some of you this year may be meeting your twin flame. And I'll just say this. If you have not met your twin flame, or you think you have met your twin flame, I'm just telling you right now, the whole basis of that relationship is about healing. Okay? So if you are on the twin flame journey, then you should know, aside from all the romantic, this is the love of your life, the greatest love you'll ever have. Yeah, that's true. But before you even get to that point, it's going to require a lot of healing. So if that's new to you and you're just coming into a twin flame connection, it does explain a lot of the sadness and heartbreak, because you're going to probably experience a lot more of that before you experience the greatest love of all feeling. Okay? And because you have to heal all those wounds, all those traumas, and everything that has blocked you from living your best life and being your best self. So that's probably a lot of the vibration I'm picking up are for those that are getting ready to hit their twin flame journey, or have just met their twin flame, and you may even still be in that romanticized phase, because you do hit that, I found you, I can't believe I found you, I love you, I just want to run off and be together forever. And then suddenly you hit the wall because neither of you are ready. Okay? And so if you're on the twin flame journey, you know what I'm talking about. But for those of you, if it's not a twin flame, it's most definitely a soulmate. Preparing yourself for a soulmate blessing, because a soulmate can be a lesson, or a soulmate can be a blessing. And I feel like if you're coming off of a soulmate lesson, if you're doing the work, healing, detaching from any relationship that doesn't serve you, you're definitely going to be preparing yourself for a soulmate blessing. Old heartbreak may need to be healed. Ties with the past companion cut or vows renegotiated. Prepare for open-hearted, intimate, unconditional love. Decide whether you want a soulmate with the soul lessons that implies, or a twin flame, or a companion from the heart. So it's time for you to decide exactly what kind of love you want and start doing the work of healing the past relationships and the heartbreaks to get it. Okay, and lastly, we have the Herkimer Diamond. And this crystal is an energy crystal. And it's just saying high vibration, high impact energy can dramatically change your world. So it's definitely time to get a boost of energy, cleanse your energy, um, remove yourself from negative energy. It also talks about your mobile phone or tablet stealing your energy. And I feel like this is because you do a lot of watching of your partner that you're in this love triangle with. You do a lot of watching of them, and what you're seeing either on their social media and things like that, it's causing you a lot of sadness, okay? And this is why you're like comparing yourself to either their partners and just other people. And so you need to detach from social media. You need to detach from any outlet that keeps you in this watching mode, where you're like watching your partner and looking for information and things like that, because whatever you're finding, it only makes you sad. So you need to detach from all that because it's draining your energy, along with the fact that there's the EMF and everything like that. I feel like it's not so much of that. It's more or less the imagery of what you're tapping into on your phone and tablet, which is, like I said, looking up social media stalking, things like that. So be mindful of that, because whatever you're seeing doesn't help if you're watching them and they're happy, because of course this other person's probably posting pictures of them and doing. So you just have to block all of that out right now so that you can work on you. So what blockages are Life Path 3 is going to encounter this year? And this is confirming what I was saying and what the Herkimer Diamond and what I was saying earlier. We got the Page of Swords. And I feel like what's blocking you is jealousy and having this watchful eye, constantly watching what's going on. And because you're doing that, it's keeping you in a dark-hearted space. And I say that because the grass is green, which is definitely indicative of the heart. And if we look on this card, you see it's like really light. So I feel like whatever you're seeing and all this watching and trying to find out more information, all you do is cause yourself more heartbreak, and it puts you in a very negative, sad vibration. So you need to refrain from trying to this mental, because swords are mental. So this mental game, this mental negativity that you're playing, because it could also indicate that what's blocking you is a person who is very immature and plays a lot of mind games too. So this person could be, it could be the person you're dealing with. They're definitely blocking you and keeping you in a very low vibratory state, very passionate state. So I feel like a lot of sexual manipulation to keep your mind under control, but it's only making you very dark-hearted and sad. You might feel good in the moment, but it's almost one of those situations where they come and spend the night, and y'all, the sex is good. They shower you with attention, and then you think they're going to stay the night, and then an hour after, you guys have just had this great great moment, they're leaving, and then you kind of feel slutted after, because it's like, man, you're not even gonna spend the night, you're not even gonna do, it's like that. So it could be one of those two things. There's some jealousy issues, there's some watching going on your part, but if this doesn't relate to you, it could relate to the person that you're dealing with that's causing the block, because they are very mentally manipulative. And the things that they say to you, the messages that they give to you, are definitely manipulative to your mind. The outcome for 2019, we have the Two of Staff, which is like the Two of Wands. So I feel like if you do the work, the healing, take heed to the advice, and detach yourself from the situation, you're going to find that when you meet this new person that could possibly be coming up, you may have to make a decision between the two people. And when you do this time, instead of making the decision from a low vibratory position, you're going to be making the decision based on your intuition, okay? From a higher vibration, tapping into your gut. But all this work that you're going to do is going to lead you into a place where you're strong enough to trust yourself again and make wiser decisions, okay, on what action to take. And even if it's not about another person, you're going to be able to make better decisions about how to deal with this love triangle, how to walk away, whether to stay, whether to go. Either way, you're going to come out stronger, more wise, more intuitive, and you're going to be making decisions based on your deeper needs, not your physical needs, not your financial needs, your true emotional needs, because we have the moon here, and the moon is definitely represents our emotions, our deep emotions that people don't normally see. So you're going to be making wiser decisions based on your deeper emotional needs, not your surface needs or physical needs. So life path 3, do the work. For those of you that are hitting your twin flame journey and it's hitting that bump in the wall, it's because it's time to do the healing, time to do the work. And the less resistant you are to the healing, the more progressive and prosperous you'll be in reaching union. If it's not a twin flame journey, it's same thing goes. The faster you heal, the quicker you will manifest the love partnership that you really truly seek. All right, life path 3. Until next time, love and light.